Welcome, everyone, to this very special episode of Enlightened Masculinity. We have an excellent guest for you here today, and his name is Dr. Kataria from Inti. He's the founder of Laughter Yoga, which is a health and wellness movement that he started back in 1995. It's present now with centers all over the world in over 110 countries, and we have him here on Enlightened Masculinity to talk about his methods. Of course, I'm Yogi Chris, one of your hosts, founder of Untitled Yoga, and I'm joined by Akash, Inti, co-host, who is biotech research analyst and yoga teacher extraordinaire from New Jersey. And so, Dr. Kataria, so happy you could make it. How is it from India coming onto Zoom?
India is fantastic. We have a lot of monsoon raining these days, and I've just landed from Singapore and Malaysia tour, teaching people how to laugh, bring more joy and happiness in your life.
Wow, this is incredible. I'm sure you have so much content out, and you do teacher trainings, and there's just an abundance of content. So forgive me if I ask a question that you've asked, been answered, you've answered it many times before. But, how did you stumble onto laughter as this means of like releasing this? Like immediately you come on the show, your laughter, it's very contagious. It's very from the core. And, I feel a deep resonance with it. And I'm wondering, how did you stumble across this thing and know that this was your purpose?
Yeah. In 1995, I was writing an article for a health magazine, Laughter is the Best Medicine. And I found that at that time, I was too stressed out and I was looking myself for something to de-stress myself. So I tried several things and I thought, why not start a laughter club? Laughter is the best medicine.
Wow.
So I went to a public park and caught hold of only 5 people and started laughing by telling jokes. But it didn't last more than 10 days and people started saying, oh, this is vulgar jokes started coming in, and people asked me to stop this laughter club. I said, no, don't stop. I'll find some way how to laugh without jokes. So I found a research which said that even if you act like a happy person, even if you pretend to be happy, your body cannot tell the difference whether you're really happy or you're just pretending. So I thought we could make laughter as an exercise if it is not real laughter. Because we were about 50 people and just keep looking at it. We started. Everybody started laughing because laughter is contagious.
Yes.
We don't need anything. So I created for the first time, Laughter Yoga is not a comedy. It's an exercise program based on the scientific fact that your body cannot differentiate between real and fake laughter. You still get the same benefits. So we created 10 to 15 minutes of giggling and goofying every morning. And being a yoga student, I found that a lot of similarity between breathing exercises from yoga to combine with laughter itself is like a breathing exercise.
Of course.
When you're laughing, you're exhaling a lot of stale air out of your lungs. Carbon dioxide goes out. And you inhale a lot of fresh air, which has more oxygen. So this, if you ask me what is laughter yoga, it's very simple, not a rocket science. You breathe in and laugh it out. You breathe in and laugh it out. So when you're doing it in a group, it becomes real and contagious. It's so simple. And it started with 5 people. Now it's global movement. And people are, why it's become popular? Because people are getting benefits from it. Very simple.
Tremendous benefits. I mean, a few laughs and I feel tremendous benefits. And I'm a big physiology geek, and I can easily spell out the physiology of why a prolonged exhale, a rapid inhale, engaging all of the muscles of laughter would have such a stimulating effect on the nervous system, and how it would I'm all about it. Like it makes sense to me, and it's like I want to try it. I'm sure you hear that all the time.
Okay, why don't we try all of 3 of us?
All right,
we'll just laugh for 1 minute.
Okay,
can you unmute?
Join?
Akash, can you unmute your microphone?
Yes.
Yogi Chris. So let's laugh for 1 minute. for no reason. Okay, you guys, 1, 2, 3, go. Hands out, please. Put your hands out like this. Take a long deep breath in. And exhale and laugh it out. Once again, breathe in. So this is it. This is it. Just simple idea. Laugh for no reason. And second thing, which is laughter yoga, is about we laugh not from the brain, we laugh from the body, not from the mind, because we don't use humor, jokes, comedies. That's the mind stuff. What we do, what we tell people, laugh like children do. Children laugh from their body, not from their mind. So for a duration of 30 minutes, we get together and we play like children. We have different playful exercises. And we ask people to be like a child just for 30 minutes. I know you can't be like a child whole day, but just let go and be like a kid. So we have several exercises. One of them is very good, yeah. Let's do it together. Very good, very good. Then we have a argument laughter. We tell people, if you want to fight laughing. Like
that's a good one. That's you guys all the time.
And one of the funniest laugh is credit card bill laughter. Imagine you got a bill for your Visa card and MasterCard. So put your hand like this. You just received your bill for a Visa card and look at it and show to your neighbors and laugh. So just like that, we have hundreds of exercises, which is just pure fun. So we just be like kids, we breathe, we laugh, we be like a child. That's laughter yoga.
Wow, Dr. Kataria, that is absolutely incredible. And I just wanted to add on for our audience. Yes. One of the things I find really, really interesting, and I think just amongst the group of the three of us, is that we all have like a background not only in yoga, but also in science and deeply rooted in science. So it just as a little tidbit, it's Dr. Kataria is a medical doctor, which I find to be quite interesting. Dr. Kataria, in one of my yoga teacher trainings, we had learned that that laughter and play are the fountains of youth. Could you speak a little bit more about this? I mean, you're a bit older than us, you're more senior than us, but I would love to hear, what are your secrets to staying young?
Yeah. People ask me, what is yoga connection of laughter? Do I have to bring a yoga mat to do laughter yoga? Nothing of that sort. So basically, breathing is very fundamental to our life. You can live without water, food for several days. Nothing will happen. You will not die. But if you don't breathe for a few minutes, you're dead. So there is something in the breath which makes us live. And people fall sick because of stress. You don't breathe properly. Our breathing is very shallow. We hold breath and carbon dioxide accumulates in your system. You're making your blood more acidic. That triggers the stress response and panic attacks and anxiety. Everything happens because of the going up level of carbon dioxide in your system. So what we tell people, just laugh out loud and breathe deeply to increase the amount of oxygen and expel all your carbon dioxide out of your system. And this is the physiological side of laughter yoga. It does not matter whether you're laughing on a joke or a comedy. When you're laughing, you're getting rid of carbon dioxide. But science tells us that laughter is beneficial only if you laugh 10 to 15 minutes. It should not be few seconds here and there. That won't change your physiology. So that's why laughter yoga is the ideal way to get the benefits of laughter. It should be prolonged. It should be 10 minutes, 15 minutes as a group therapy. And second part is about child. Now, who are the best laughers in the world? Children. Children can laugh 300, 400 times in a day, and we hardly laugh 10 times, 15 times. So what we are telling people, if you want to laugh more, get back to your roots. Be like a child. So we do a lot of silly stuff. We run around, we slap our thighs, we dance, we sing, we play, and we all do what we did in kindergarten. So Laughter Yoga Club is nothing but kindergarten of grown-ups. So we we ask people, come on, let's be like a child. So Laughter Yoga is all about joy. Laughter Yoga is all about happiness inside you, not outside. So we create happiness. We don't depend upon something to make us laugh or make us happy. So this is, in short, Laughter Yoga is happiness inside out. In yoga, we have a verse called Sat Chit Anand. Joy is inside you, not outside. So we are teaching people how to cultivate, how to create happiness and joy within yourself.
And I'm curious, you know, we interview so many masters, and you're clearly a master at this. I've never seen someone erupt so easily in laughter. And this, you know, so many people, they develop kind of a coordination internally with this, whatever exercise they're doing outside of them. So like, let's say you do this laughter 10, 15 minutes every day. You create a tremendous amount of joy inside of you. And do you see that you're able to access this joy without laughing, moving forward, like throughout your day, that the laughter becomes almost just like an external thing that you could do, you could not do, but the joy is there?
You said it. I'll tell you the secret. People always ask me, you're a laughter guru. What is the secret? Where is the source of laughter? Where does laughter come from? I tell people the source of laughter is play. If you learn to play like a child, laughter will be the natural outcome of your play. If you learn to dance, laughter will be the natural outcome of dancing. If you learn to sing, so there are basically 4 elements in laughter yoga: sing, dance, play, and laugh. If you learn these 4 things, which automatically comes from laughter yoga methods, you'll be laughing. It's not about only fake or real laughter or exercise. Laughter should be the natural expression of your joy inside you. So we are training people how to be joyful, how to cultivate 4 elements of joy. But individually we can't do. We are very weak. But when we are together as a group, it comes very naturally.
Akash, brother, you got something? I'll continue, because that's, you know, I love those 4 aspects. They all seem to be like a social kind of aspect, and really play to the fact that we're like a human animal, a very social creature, and really designed for that kind of communication, singing, dancing, laughing, this communal thing. I think it's really hacking something deep in the neurology and the genetic behavior. And it's super cool. But then you just said this one sentence just now that I got to hear you elaborate on, where you said like individually we're weak. Would you go into that? Would you unpack that sentence for me a little?
See, everybody knows that exercising is the best way to maintain health. But how many people exercise? But when it is done as a group, it's done. Like Zumba group or dance group. So anything as a community, it's very motivating. One of the greatest problem with the exercise programs are people give up. They abandon their program because it's not motivating. It's not fun. It's hard work. But like Laughter Yoga is a community program. We have laughter clubs. So everybody's playing, everybody's dancing, everybody doing all that stuff. So it becomes easier to be part of a community. So that's why when we are together, we are a big force. We learn very easily. We feel motivated to do that. But when it comes to individual myself, I need a lot of determination. Either I feel the pain and then do it, or if I fall sick and get a prescription from the doctor, then I start running. So that's the negative motivation.
Yeah.
So I think it's a mind programming. Laughter Yoga is everything we create as a group programming. Now, what I want to say is that when you learn in a group and it becomes part of your body wisdom, then you can do it alone. Like, for example, for me, laughter is a press button service. I can just ping.
Yeah,
because sure. I have learned it in a group. I've got that wisdom in my body. But for a newcomer, if you ask them to laugh for no reason, they say, "Are you crazy? I can't do that. It's fake."
Yeah.
But for people who learn in a group, for them, no problem. Anytime, no problem. You can laugh. So it's a practice. Actually, it's a training. It's something like conditioning.
Dr. Kataria, you talked about something in that phrase there, or in that sentence there. You said something really, really interesting and powerful, in my opinion. And that was that there's a wisdom to the body. As a doctor and as a yoga practitioner, you study intensely about the human body. Can you talk about what do you mean by the wisdom of the body, or if you can expand on that a bit more?
See, whatever all emotions, ideas, thoughts, they start from the mind, and then those emotions, they are expressed through the body. So for every mental thought and emotion, there is an expression through the body. When you're happy, so how do you express happiness? Either by laughter or by dancing, by singing. So our body starts to generate what we call emotions are expressed through the body, they generate in the mind. But when your body starts to do the movement, it sends a reverse feedback to the brain that this is something that is stored in the mind as a program. But also something like body behavior. Like, for example, if you just act like, say, very good, yay. So this is my body wisdom. Okay. So if I maintain this posture, within seconds, my brain will get a feedback. Something is good. And then brain will start to create those happy chemicals. So it's easy to control your body, not easy to control your mind. So Laughter Yoga is all body-mind medicine, not mind-body. Mind is tricky. You can't control your mind. But I can put my body to movement anytime. My body will do. But body also has lots of immune markers, like your gut. When you're laughing, in your gut, there are a lot of immune system. Serotonins are more secreted in the gut, not in the mind. All your immune system in your mesentery. All lymphatic tissues are in your stomach. Okay. All your muscles have a memory. Kinesiology. So even by changing the body posture, you can change the state of mind.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Same thing in yoga. Yoga is a body-mind medicine. So we access the mind through the body.
My final question this time around, and this has been really wonderful, I feel more free already, is are you finding, and we're going to have guys, everybody catching this on iTunes. If you're seeing us on any of the social media, go to Enlightened Masculinity on iTunes, leave us a review. Let us know you want Dr. Kataria back on. We'd love to have him back. My final question, how has this been received in your local medical community? When you talk about it, are they participating? Is there participation from them? Skepticism? What are you handling with that?
Initially, there was a lot of skepticism in the medical community because there was no evidence. But now we have more than 25 research studies around the world which back this idea. And now the doctors and all medical practitioners have beginning to endorse this idea. And in fact, mostly psychologists and psychiatrists, because laughter yoga is a lot to do with the mental health. So they are recommending their patients to do laughter yoga and join the laughter yoga groups. 300 million people all over the world are depressed. And imagine, depressed people never laugh. And if you keep laughing, I don't think you can get depressed. So the biggest sickness in the world is depression. And what an irony, we are 10 times more prosperous than 50 years ago, but we are 10 times more depressed than what we were 50 years. $12,000 billion are spent on antidepressant. We need more laughter yoga now.
That's a great statement right there. We need more laughter yoga now. That's great.
So I have a message for your viewers. First, laughter yoga is not a comedy, it's an exercise program. Faking is fine. Do laughter as an exercise, learn in a group. We have several learning programs. Our mission is to set up free social laughter clubs worldwide and also take laughter yoga to the senior centers, to the schools and colleges as a syllabus, because the world has become too serious and we have to take laughter seriously now.
I love that. Take laughter seriously. Wow.
Very good.
Wow.
Very good. Yeah.
Dr. Kataria, thank you. Thank you
Love you.
so much. This has been an incredible episode. Yes. I want to take some time to acknowledge Yogi Chris as well. He's the founder of Ninth Limb Yoga, and this really focusing on communication itself. So Ninth Limb Yoga is the sponsor of today's podcast as well. With that, Dr. Kataria, what's the best way, if anyone who's interested in more learning about laughter yoga, how could one go about doing this? What are different websites or such that one can
simple.
Search?
Laughteryoga.org is our site. Just put laughter yoga on the Google search. We are number one. And please visit our site, and there is everything there.
Most definitely. I've been to a lot of cities around the United States, and I've seen especially I think the one that comes up a lot for me is in Denver. I think there's a laughing yoga center, but I know there's many laughing yoga centers around the U.S. And I'll feel more comfortable going into the center. I mean, I've Zoomed with the founder. Wow, it's like, because even as a yogi, I'll tell you, like, I've been to over 100 yoga studios in the United States. I've taught at many. I've practiced at many. I know a lot of people, and I still would feel a little bit like that's out of my element kind of thing. But I just met the guy. It's so cool.
Simple. You do your 1 hour yoga session. Just at the end of 5 to 10 minutes, just crack up. Do laughter yoga. So laughter yoga can be value added at the end of your yoga class. And then you do shavasana and relaxation. Just crack up first. Yogis are too serious, I guess. Okay.
That's incredible. Well, with that, Yogi Chris, do you have anything last words to add before we close out the podcast today?
That's all. I really want to respect Dr. Kataria's time. Thank you, doctor. And thank you, everybody, for showing up. And we'll see you on the next episode. Blessings.
Bye-bye. Love you all.
Namaste.